Hey guys, iRepairify here, and I'm just going to jump straight into the iPhone 5S battery replacement. So first I'm going to remove the two bottom screws using my pentalobe screwdriver. Also, just make sure that the iPhone 5S is powered off. My battery was already dead, so I didn't have to do that. Just a side note, don't use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the pentalobe screws. This will actually strip the screws and you'll have a lot less hassle in the end if you just buy a regular pentalobe screwdriver. So now I'm going to use a plastic pick to pry up the iPhone screen off the mid-frame. I do suggest using the left side of the screen because I find that the pick slips in the easiest at that side. Some people don't like to use the plastic pick, some people like to use an X-Acto knife or some type of metal tool. I do use a nylon spudger. If you want to use a metal tool, I suggest that you do take precautions because it might damage the mid-frame. So if you're okay with that, then go ahead. So now I'm using the nylon spudger and the plastic pick to pry up the bottom half of the screen. Make sure you don't pry up the screen fully or else you might damage the home button connector, and you'll see that just in a bit. So as you can see right here, that's the home button flex cable. So if you pull up the screen fully, you might actually tear that, so that's why you don't pull it up fully and you detach it like that. However, on this iPhone, there was a missing cap on the home button flex cable, which normally all iPhones should have. You need to remove that before you remove the flex cable. So now I'm gonna remove the 4 screws holding down the plate that holds down the screen's flex cables. You also might want to be holding the screen like I am in the video, because if you let it go, you might actually cause strain on the flex cables, possibly damaging them, and that won't help you at all. I'm not too sure why, but this specific screw that I'm about to unscrew right now is not magnetized properly, so it always falls out just like it is about to right now. Also, keep in mind that you should be having a screw chart next to you or a pen and paper to know where each screw goes, because a lot can go wrong in reassembly if you misplace certain screws or you lose certain screws or you don't know where certain screws go. Now I'm just going to pry up the 3 flex cables using my nylon spudger. Make sure you go very lightly because you can once again damage the flex cables, and also make sure you go very lightly on the motherboard because you can actually damage components on the motherboard. Now that I have removed the 3 flex cables from the motherboard, I can now separate the screen. I'm just going to move the screen to the side because you don't need to use it for now. These are the 2 screws that I need to remove in order to access the battery flex cable. Now I'm just going to remove the metal bracket. Make sure you remember the correct orientation because this can cause problems after with reassembly. Using my pry tool, I'm just going to pop up the flex cable off the connector. Where I'm pointing right now is where you'll find a little tab that actually holds the adhesive under the battery, so you actually have to pull it and pull it all across the side of the phone like I just did right there. The iPhone 5S that I have right now already had a replaced battery, so the adhesive was already missing. After the adhesive is removed, all I have to do is pry up the battery using my nylon spudger. If you are having trouble prying up the battery, you can use a heat gun or a blow dryer to help you. There you have it, the iPhone 5S battery has now been removed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or requests, please leave it in the comments below. I just want to give a quick shout out to my carrier. They supply me with these phones so I can do the teardowns that I do. They do great reviews on cell phones. Check my description for a link to their channel.